first, listen up, anime fans, from TV to the big screen. You won't believe this. The original Incredible Hulk Lou Ferrigno, Sean Kanan of The Karate Kid, legendary voice actor Vic Mignogna. They are here to tell us where you can find them and meet them this weekend. Y'all, don't go away. Houston Life will be right back.
Welcome back to Houston Life. If you are looking for something to do this weekend, Pop Culture Con has got you covered. The two-day event is the perfect place for the whole family to dive into their favorite fandoms.
Yeah, so all kinds of things are on the lineup. There will be cosplay contests, vendors, and of course, opportunities to meet some of your favorite stars. And if you're wondering who some of those stars are, we have got some heavy hitters today in Studio B. The original Incredible Hulk, Lou Ferrigno himself, Cobra Kai's own Sean Kanan, and anime legend Vic Mignogna. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I think that deserves a round
We've
of
been looking
applause.
forward to this one.
Great.
I got to tell you, we've been doing press all day,
Right.
and we've been especially looking forward to this.
And why is that?
We hear
Vic?
good things.
Oh,
Do
because, you know, I've always loved your work, and
That is so great. Me too.
Y'all are so charming. Hey, listen, fun fact before we jump into this. So before the break, we were talking about how Lauren Kelly's father had been on Wheel of Fortune twice. Sean, when you were starting out in your career,
Yes.
you went on Wheel of Fortune as a contestant?
I was on as a contestant. I won some of the most useless gifts ever. Wow. I got dinner tables, a really ugly Barcalounger,
What do you
and
have
a
against
chandelier,
dinner?
and my dad had to pay the tax.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
But the experience was fun, right?
It was fun.
Yeah.
I hope you still have that stuff.
It's
all
in my
coming
parents'
back around.
basement. Like
it all
parents,
comes back
they never
around,
get
you know.
rid of anything in the basement. So, you know.
Y'all, it truly is such an honor to have
Thank you.
every single one of you here in studio. And what I think is so great is that when you are defined sometimes by these roles that people know and love you for, a lot of actors might want to shy away from that and say, oh, I want to reinvent myself. I want to try something new. But y'all have really embraced that you have incredible careers today, but you also have an incredible past as well. So what's it like for you to have these experiences, meeting fans one-on-one who have known and loved you for decades?
Well, what's funny, these two guys here have been in the cradle when I did the TV series,
Yeah.
right?
They were
In the
babies
in the
when you
crib,
were-
yeah.
Used to watch it all the time.
Yeah, it's great because we have three generations, and especially with these kind of shows, it's that instant gratification with the fans and learning from them, because it's like you're reliving your childhood, especially the fans know more than we know about ourselves, especially all the things we've done.
The shows.
And it's probably like a resurgence of the Hulk
Yeah.
being back in, and of course Cobra Kai being back in the news. Do you find like a lot more people reaching out and maybe re-watching your OG shows?
It's
up
like
to
a
the new
whole other
ones? Yeah,
generation.
yeah.
You know, I mean, I did Karate Kid 3 in 1989, I think. Wow. Long time ago,
Yeah.
right? And with the success of Cobra Kai, there are a lot of kids that didn't know that Cobra Kai had source material from the movies.
Right.
They just liked Cobra Kai. Then they went back and watched
But
it.
I noticed that co-ed now, men, girls, and guys,
Yeah.
martial
Yeah.
art, great.
It's so fascinating to have careers that touch so many different generations of people. Vic, just looking through your credit list, you've voiced more than 400 characters in animated series. When you're out meeting the fans, does it surprise you which roles really stand out to different people?
Yeah, when you do this, a lot of times, I'm sure your experience is the same. You never expect anything, you never assume anything's going to come of anything you do. So at the time, you're thinking, oh, this was fun, and then you move on. But some things just hit and catch, and people love them, and they just last and last. And I consider myself most blessed to have had any part. And you know, I just want to answer your question that you asked about, you know, some actors wanting to distance themselves.
Yeah.
Not me. I would say that if you are blessed enough to have gotten the chance to play a role in anything that people loved and embraced many, many years later, what a gift.
Yeah.
You know, what a gift is that? So I don't take it for granted at all. I consider it an incredible gift.
Voice acting is hard. How do you even remember to keep which voice straight that you're doing with multiple
What a great
characters?
question. Well, you know what? The engineer is your friend. Because the sound engineer keeps a file with a reference line, because sometimes it'll be months before you come back and do the same character. And by that time, you've done 5 or 6 other shows and you don't remember what you did. So you walk in and the engineer goes, okay, here's your reference. And he'll play you a reference line. You go, oh, that guy.
Okay.
I
why it's
remember
called
him.
voice acting.
Yeah, whatever. It could be anything.
It's kind of like a soap opera. You can't remember who you were married to, who your kids are with.
Well, you have experience in the soap world, right?
Yeah, a little bit. I got starting my 25th year on Bold and the Beautiful.
That's amazing.
Yeah, but
Congrats.
don't forget soap opera. You only have one take, right? Two take.
One or two. Yeah, really.
Yeah,
That's
one
a
or two
hard
takes.
job. Yeah.
That is a tough gig. Now, is it at where? CBS TV City?
CBS Studios.
Okay.
At Television City, yeah.
At TV City. Okay. So describe to us what that is like. Because when you're on a soap opera, when are you learning your lines? It seems like you're shooting so much content every single day. Is that right?
You know, I probably have 50, sometimes 60 pages in a week. Sometimes I have that many in a day, and it's, you know, people think you have this really glamorous life working in television. I go to work, I come home, and it's like having homework, and I have to study my lines and work on them. Fortunately, we have a couple months off twice a year, but when we're working, it's pretty
Also,
hard.
I mean, soap operas too. I used to watch soap operas with like my mom and sister growing up, like during the summer, and then school would start, and I'd be like, "But what's going to happen to them?" Are there ever days when you are looking at a script, Sean, and you're like, "Wait, what is happening to my storyline?"
Yeah, frequently that happens. I mean, listen, that's the nature of the beast. That's how they write them.
Yeah.
It's a lot of cliffhangers. It's a lot of saying the same thing again and again. So if somebody missed the show Friday, they know what's going on Monday. And you know, our job is to take that and continually try and make the same information interesting till it moves on to something else.
Yeah, and Lou, I have to ask, workout routine. I need some tips here, okay? I need to get into shape. You're still in fantastic shape. Do you find yourself still wanting to stay in this amazing shape? You're still a workout routine
But
going
that's my
on?
whole life. It's all about eating good, sleep good, and train good. Everything in moderation.
Yeah.
How many hours of sleep a night are you getting, Lou?
I need 7 to 8.
Okay.
Last night I managed
You don't want to see him when he's mad.
I think we know what
Sounds
happens.
really familiar. We should work that in somehow.
Okay, listen.
I think we know what happens when he gets mad.
Photo. We still
That's
have
his real hair, by the way, everybody.
This is before Lou goes through hair and makeup. No. We have so many questions for the three of you after this. I'm dying to know what it's like going to the grocery store for each one of you. So stick around. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with the guys, and we're going to have more on this weekend's Pop Culture Con lineup when Houston Life returns. Don't go away. Just joining us, we have been chatting with actors Lou Ferrigno, Sean Kanan, as well as voice actor Vic Mignogna, three of the headliners at this weekend's Pop Culture Con. Gentlemen, you all are just fun to hang out with, first of all. I want to say that. And Lou, before the break, I threw out this question about what is it like to go to the grocery store, and especially someone your stature. I mean, even shaking your hand, I felt like you were giving me a warm embrace.
Yeah,
like
that's
I
what
felt
it
like
was,
you were
for
hugging
sure.
me. You are a very large guy. So what happens when you come around the corner at the grocery store?
Everyone get enlightened. They go, oh my God, look who's here. Especially when I have a conversation, I say, listen, I need to eat some lunch. But I got another question. I said, please, how much is the check? I need to eat my lunch. I have to get going. It's wonderful. It's a great store.
It's wonderful, but I can imagine that's tough though, because there's no hiding. There's no hiding
But
for
also,
you.
they watch everything I buy because they want to see how I eat.
That's right.
See, no, I don't have this problem. First of all, because I'm not 7'4", but secondly, as a voice actor, your face is not
a little
on
more
camera.
anonymous.
So you have a great deal more anonymity, right, than you would otherwise. What's funny, though, is, and I don't want to derail anything, but I executive produced a live-action web series called Star Trek Continues. It picks up where the original Star Trek series was canceled and finishes
Genius.
that iconic show.
Genius.
Okay.
And I played my childhood hero, Captain Kirk. And Lou was even a guest star on the show. But what's funny is I get noticed more for that show. We've got 18 million viewers, and I get noticed more for that, even though I spent 25 years voice acting. Nobody really knows.
Visibility.
Yeah,
For sure.
exactly.
Well, here's the thing. It's like if you could go up to someone and be like, oh, I voiced Pikachu or Pokemon for Pokemon, they're like, okay, but you don't look like Pokemon. You're not big and
And
yellow.
that's one of the beautiful things about voice acting.
Right.
We talked about this earlier, is that you can play characters that you'll never get cast as on screen.
Right.
You could play some big angry character, or you could play a cool little kid. It doesn't matter what you look like as long as you can just voice the character.
It's also fascinating, Vic, because I can imagine no level of direction. You know, a director can describe to you, okay, this is kind of what we're going for, but ultimately it's really kind of left up to you to create this voice.
It's kind of a collaborative effort. A lot of the stuff that I've done is Japanese anime. So there is a reference. There's the Japanese actor. Sometimes they want you to sound similar, and sometimes they don't. And then there's the director's input, and then there's the actor's input. So it's kind of a mixed little pot, you know, you kind of all contribute and you come up with what they think works best.
I would love to sit in on one of these sessions.
Me
Like, okay, do it
too.
again, but a little squeakier.
Yeah.
Do it again.
That's exactly right,
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Exactly.
All right, so this is going to be such a fun event. Sean, I want you to tell our viewers, though, if they've never heard of it, do you have the details on where it's going to be? When they
Really?
can get
You're asking me all
tickets?
the details. Well, I'm not from Houston, and you're asking me.
We have a graphic for that. So don't worry, Sean.
Somebody
Am I getting algebra questions next? I mean,
What is the root of? There we go.
I got you. There you go.
So this is happening March 15th and 16th.
That's this weekend.
Yes, Houston City Place Marriott in Springwoods Village. We know y'all are traveling all the time and meeting all kinds of fans. Hey, by the way, fun fact, you are, Sean, Bad Boy Hot Sauce co-creator?
yeah,
How did that
that's
happen?
my new hot sauce line, Bad Boy Hot Sauce.
Ooh, I need some.
How
It is
hot are we
terrific.
talking?
I got 3 of them. Cobra Venom is a 10 out of 10 because it has the Carolina Reaper. Then I've got Mango Madness, which is about an 8 out of 10. And then I've got Red Pepper Punch, which is a 4 out of 10. And they are doing really, really well. And you can get them at badboyeats.com. Gratuitous plug.
I think
Lou,
it's great.
can you handle the California
my gosh.
California
Are you
Reaper?
gonna have 'em at the show?
Carolina Reaper.
I'm not going to them at the show
you
because they
handle
glass
that
bottles. I couldn't bring them down.
The very hot
I'll be at your table. I would,
No.
man,
I'm familiar with it. I'm sorry.
spicier the better.
Too spicy.
Oh, you like it? I'll send you some.
We're so glad that you stopped by Houston
you.
Life
Thank
today.
you.
And I think it's so cool that in addition to clearly y'all get along and you like each other as friends, but you have built such a cool community of fans. I'm sure they're like your extended family.
And I have to say, you two are fantastic. You two
Yep.
together bring so much happiness and personality to the show.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. We're
much.
lucky to have great guests
Thank
like
you. Appreciate
yourselves.
it. Thank you.
I feel like my bandana should have been green today, though. I feel like I missed the mark. I for sure missed it.
I feel like my skin should have been green today. Lou Ferrigno, Sean Kanan, Vic Mignogna, thanks so much,
Thank you,
guys.
guys.
Great to
Pleasure.
see you.
Pleasure.
Hey,
Thank
reminder,
you.
by the way, for more info on this weekend's Pop Culture Con happening in Spring, Texas, there's the info on your screen, March 15th and 16th. But also, as a reminder, you can visit our website, HoustonLife.tv. Just look for that scene on Houston Life section.
Amazing. So fun.